One night. Ooh, it's the night. The night of intimacy. Never mind that the couple not going to sleep together for the next 40 years. But they had one night of intimacy. Well, time out. According to the Hebraic pattern, there was a witness to everything. In the mouths of 2 or 3 witnesses, Devarim 19, every word is established. At the door of the bridal chamber, there was a witness, and when it was proven that the bride, Israel, is a virgin because the blood covenant was cut, that sheet, hello, read the Torah, it's there. I'm not making this stuff up. That sheet was passed out the door to the witness, who then confirmed that the bride was a Betulah and Alma. Wow. And then that witness at the door proclaimed to all Israel that the bride was pure, the husband was pure, the simcha was kosher before Yahweh. There would be a man standing right outside the door, and when that marriage was consummated, that sheet with the blood-stained sheet would be passed out to that guy at the door, and he would proclaim to all Israel, the virgin is pure. Wow. What a foolproof system. Amen? Foolproof. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. So the modern couples, they go on their wedding, first night, hello, 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 and then after that, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. You say goodbye, and I'll say hello. Hello, hello. I don't know why you haven't spoken to me in 90 years. Hello, hello. Leave me alone. I gotta be funny. I gotta sell tapes. Anyway. So, the modern wedding, it's one night, and from there it's what? 9 out of 10 times. Yeah, there's exceptions to every rule. It's what? Okay. There are exceptions to every rule. Baruch Hashem Yahweh, I pray and hope that your relationship is one of those exceptions. It's called Yahweh's Chesed. But in the Hebraic wedding, listen, once that sheet was passed out the door, and once they confirmed that the bride was a Betulah, the intimate chamber, the marriage chamber, would last a full week. Can I get some coffee, please, Raina? You don't mind? That marriage chamber, that intimacy, would last a full week. Not one night. They didn't rush to go off on a honeymoon. One whole week they were left to themselves. Why? They hadn't seen each other for what?
A year.
A full year. Meaning for 7 days, some of you are going to miss this, for 7 days they were enjoying marital intimacy, love, commitment, becoming basar echad, becoming one flesh. For how long?
7 days.
Excuse me if I'm boring you, but that sounds like Sukkot to me.
Ooh.
That sounds like Sukkot to me.
Ooh. Ooh.
That sounds like Sukkot to me.
Yahweh.
So in the world, you're off to the races, off to the plane. You're going to get checked at the airport and you lose your baggage. Pressure, anxiety kicks in, agita, angina.
Hallelujah.
But in Yahweh it says, shut up and stay with each other and don't come out for 7 days. What a mean father. What a mean father. Mean God. Don't do that Torah stuff, man. Man, he don't eat. That guy at the door that checked the sheet doesn't let you out for 7 days. He wants the wife to enjoy the husband's body, the husband's body to enjoy the wife's body for 7 full days. Wow. There are benefits being a Hebrew, being an Israelite. Amen? And most of our married couples are so busy fighting after the first night that they don't want to be with each other for 7 days, let alone have sex for 7 days. Some of you can't handle this mature subject. I'm sorry. Carrie, do we have the X's on the computer? So we start putting ratings on our videos? Huh? We'll rate the videos from PG to XXX. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. I mean, what is Yahweh saying to the Hebrew couple? That this time of bliss and intimacy after consummation is not supposed to be an act. It's supposed to be a lifelong, ongoing process of growing in intimacy. Are you with me?
Yes.
Isn't that what Yahweh's saying? It's not supposed to be a one-night thing, a one-night stand. The 7 days represents a lifelong commitment to intimacy and obeying Yahweh's word and being one in the Spirit. And the 7 days is a type of what? All the days of our lives. Not a soap opera, but all the days of our lives. What's going to happen during Sukkot? Yeshua is going to dwell with us. We're going to dwell with him. He's going to be in us and with us, and we're going to be with him and in him. Can it get any more intimate than that? I mean, let me scare you a little bit. Can I scare you? Can I go down to a remez? When Yeshua said, I'll be in you and you'll be in me. Take that to a sword. Not just in my heart. I mean, being one flesh. Heavy stuff. Amen? One flesh. Basar echad. And guess what? What happens after the 7 days? Eternity begins. So that the bride that has experienced the Hebraic wedding gets a taste of commitment, longevity, endurance, and eternal bliss. Because the 8th day of Sukkot is what? The day symbolizing eternity. And what Yahweh is saying to this married couple, this Hebraic couple, is, I expect this blood covenant, not contract, not a marriage. The world has marriage contracts. I expect this blood covenant to last past the days of your life into the eternal realm symbolized by the 8th day. When does the couple come out of their bedroom? The 8th day. And what does the 8th day symbolize? A day of new beginnings, new starts. So Yeshua will dwell with us during the 7th day, or the 1,000-year Atid Lavo. And what's going to happen? I get this all the time on the internet. What happens after the Atid Lavo? Nothing. You're with the Master forever. He's with you forever. There's continually ongoing, eternal intimacy forever. Amen? So when we do things the Hebraic way, we learn the object lessons. We learn the lessons Yahweh has. Commitment, love, no courting, no dating, no checking out, choosing. All the burden on me, not on you. All the pressure on the parents, in me, not on you. Start your life mortgage-free. Start your life rent-free. Stay in the Father's house. In the Father's house are many mansions. How do we know? Yeshua has prepared places for us in his Father's house. He's come to get us. We don't have to worry about sending out invitations. We don't have to worry about the pressure of weddings. The bride didn't have to worry about who's going to pay for the wedding. My parents, sweetheart, or yours? Who's going to pay for the wedding? Your parents? Don't have to worry about that. Why? Why? Because it was all prepared ahead of time. And when was the wedding? You couldn't send out invitations, so you couldn't sit there and worry about how to get ready for the wedding. Some people drop dead worrying about how to get ready for the wedding. Why? Because what? You didn't know when the bridegroom would show up. The bridegroom would be led by the bridegroom company and go, Baruch haba b'shem Yah, and she had to be adorned. She had to be pure for a year, and she had to be ready, because that voice of the bridegroom can pop up at any second, any minute. So she didn't have time to be nervous. She was supposed to be passing her test, and when she passed her test, and he passed his test, they both had those crowns. They received the crown in the renewal of the covenant. Is this beautiful? When did they get their crowns? Not until they checked out the marriage contract, not once, but twice. When will we as Israel get our crowns? When we enter the renewed covenant and checked out the Torah not once, but we returned to it, and now we're walking and obeying it. And now when Yahweh marries us in Revelation 19, at the marriage supper of the Lamb, he'll give us our crowns, but we won't need them for long, because as soon as we get into the bridal chamber and have that deep, deep intimacy forever with Yeshua, we're going to take our crowns and cast them off. Meaning we pass the test of this life. Baruch Hashem Yahweh.
Amen.
So as we wind this down, from the first stages in life, through the marriage, through the union, everything is planned, developed, and ordained beforehand. Amen. It all comes down to one thing. We must make the same choice to choose him as he chose us. Again, to be the bride of Yeshua, we need, listen, his ketuvah and him. We need two things to be the bride. We need the ketuvah and Messiah. What's another way to say that? Revelation 14:12. Who overcomes in the Shivlei HaMashiach, in the time of Yaakov's trouble? Those who have the what? The testimony of Yeshua, meaning he's my man, he's my man. If he can't do it, no one can.
Hallelujah.
So we've got the testimony of Yeshua and the commandments, and this is the patience or the endurance of the Kedoshim, so that to be the bride of Yeshua, like the ancient couple, we must have what? We must have the bridegroom, meaning Moshiach, testimony that he is my bridegroom, and the ketuvah. What's changed? Nothing. How can you tell the real bride from the false bride? Look for the one who has the Messiah, what the so-called church calls the Christ, and the ketuvah. See? If you don't have the ketuvah and the bridegroom, then you don't have the faith of Yeshua. And you're not the bride. Amen? So how do we make ourselves ready? By continually rereading the ketuvah, by memorizing the ketuvah, by acting on the ketuvah, by living the lifestyle of the ketuvah. Baruch Hashem Yahweh. Where is the ultimate bridal chamber? In the fourth stage of Simcha. Where will we ultimately experience the 7 days or the perfect time of Simcha? Huh? In the bedroom. But where is the bedroom? Turn with me to Revelation 21. Revelation 21. Where will we consummate the marriage? When will we get married? When we get married, at the marriage supper of the Lamb, Revelation 19, probably at the end of the millennium, probably. And then when do we enter the bridal chamber? Here it is, Revelation 21:1. I saw a renewed heaven and a renewed earth, for the former heaven and the former earth had passed away, and the sea is no more. And I, Yochanan, saw the set-apart city, the renewed Yerushalayim, coming down out of heaven from Elohim, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. You missed that. You missed it. Who is the bride here? Huh? Who's the bride? Israel? Israel? Right? Wrong. It doesn't say that. What is the bride? The bride is the new Yerushalayim. So listen, when we do this thing right, we close with this. Yahweh sets up an everlasting memorial where he names the bridal chamber of intimacy the New Yerushalayim, because the bride is the New Yerushalayim, or Israel. Wow. It's another synonym for Israel. What's another way to say Israel? The inhabitants of Yerushalayim. So when we follow these 4 steps of Shedukim, Eruzin, Nisiyun, and Simcha, celebration, Yahweh not only enters into that eternal intimacy with us, but the name of the place where we experience that eternal and ongoing intimacy, where we've cut a blood covenant with Yahweh, that very bedroom where we experience this intimacy is called Israel.
Hallelujah.
Or the New Yerushalayim. Isn't that interesting? So not only are we as a people who have the bridegroom and obey the ketubah, not only are we the bride of Yeshua, the place where we will consummate our marriage, when? Then. Not now. The so-called church says it's over. When did it happen? Al Calvario. When did they be, in their head, in their misunderstanding, when did they become the bride of Mashiach? At Calvary. Yahweh says, no, at Calvary, I what? Betrothed you unto me. And I'm going to marry you after you endure, after the great tribulation, and then we're going to have such ongoing eternal intimacy forever, you and me, and I and you, that the very name of the location will be known as the New Jerusalem, which is also going to be called the wife of Yahweh. So that the bride and the location are both